Welcome, everybody, to episode 130. Are you sure it's 130?
Yeah, 130.
Are you positive? I'm double checking. It's been so long since we've been on the air.
I just downloaded all the previous episodes.
Well, I don't trust you.
Well, that's nice.
It's 130. Welcome, everybody, to episode 130 of the GeekDadReport, the one show dedicated, formulated, specially created into giving you all the weekly news you need to know and hopefully put a little smile on your face. And this week, talking about something or some things that you may want to discuss with us. I'm Brian West, the hostess with the mostest.
And I'm Ryan Thomason, the other hostess with the extra mostest.
And when our powers combine, we become
one low-ranking podcast on the YouTube charts.
Hey, man, there's like two people below us, all right? So don't sell us short.
Yeah. We're just stepping on their throats.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. We will divide and conquer the two podcasts below us. We will take them out. There's no way they're overtaking us. Yeah, sorry, I forgot the episode. It's been a while since we've been on. We've been kind of busy. Ryan's been doing some training, so
I'm on week 7 of 8 of trainings.
Yeah, which means he had to leave his domicile and go into the world. And I don't know, what are you doing? Like secret CIA missions? Are you
today
shooting into like Iran?
How to defuse a nuclear bomb.
Might need that soon.
Yesterday it was combat training.
Nice.
Jumping out of airplanes and stuff. And
so are you like a full-on Captain America?
I'm kind of more like the Bucky because they're going to give me like some implants and
you
stuff.
Got like a super sweet robot arm?
Yeah. They're just going to chop off my perfectly working arm and just put in a robot one.
Sometimes sacrifices have to be made, Ryan, for the greater good. You know,
I do what I have to do for my country.
There's this crazy guy over somewhere in North Korea area who wants to shoot missiles at us. So it might be, you're just going to have to make these sacrifices to keep us safe.
Yeah. Well, I've seen the interview and I know how to take them out. So,
oh man.
I'm going to get a tank.
You know what? That is a highly underrated movie, by the way.
It was a highly underrated. I think it was definitely a craptastic.
I cannot hear Katy Perry's Fireworks ever again without thinking of that movie.
Yeah, that's all I think about whenever I hear that song now.
Yeah. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, who's in that? Seth Rogen and James Me Too Franco.
James Franco. I think it's on Netflix. Yeah, I think it's on Netflix. You can watch it.
Yeah, it's worth watching. It's pretty funny.
The movie that almost got never shown because North Korea hacked.
Because Sony ceded to the terrorists. They gave in to the demands of the terrorists.
Mm-hmm.
It's terrible. You never do that, Sony. It's partially. Yes. This is why you had to make a deal for Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, actually we all win, so we can thank the interview for that.
Yes.
All right. So in a roundabout way, it is literally James Franco and Seth Rogen's, fault that we have Spider-Man in the MCU.
Well, and we can also say it's their fault that there's a little bit more equality in movies because they were posting like how much the female leads were making compared to the male leads and stuff.
That's also true.
I guess that's North Korea.
Okay, well, you know what? This isn't the North Korea. Isn't the North Korea situational information podcast. This is the Geek Dad Report, and we are going to talk about some geeky stuff. I think I don't know. You know what? We're a little rusty. It's been a while since we've done this. We're still working on a new format. We told you guys before we went off the air last time that we would not come back until we had a new format. So it's kind of true. This isn't going to be your normal show. We actually are doing something kind of different.
Yeah, we did the dad thing where we told you that if we pull out your loose tooth, it's not going to hurt at all.
Yeah, but it did hurt.
But then it hurts a little bit, but then it goes away.
Yeah, that's a bad analogy. But I think that people understood what you're saying. Basically, Ryan lied. I've been trying to change the show, but Ryan is very stubborn individual. Brian, though, did get a MacBook finally, so if
Yes.
he looks infinitely better than he normally does, it's because the power of the Apple is now officially powering the Geek Dad Report.
We're now both using the same applications and operating systems when we record things, so hopefully that makes it better.
Also, this episode has been sponsored by Apple. Oh, I can see your face, Ryan. Woo, these guys.
Woo.
I wish they were sponsoring us.
God.
That'd be awesome.
We'd be having like those earbud things, whatever they're called, the AirPods or
I don't the danglies. I call them the ear danglies because they look like they just sit right here. I know people like them, and I'm not making fun of anybody we know who may or may not be named Chris who wears them, but they look ridiculous. I just can't bring myself to buy them. Every time I see somebody with a pair in their ear, I'm just like, no. I'm like, that danglie's gonna fall out.
You think they have like those big like the loop things in their ears that are kind of like coming out?
Ooh, what if they did and they were like magnetic and then like they magnetized and they stuck there like that? That'd be cool.
That would suck.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever.
But
Apple's way too. They like their danglies and their donglies way too much. That's all I'm saying.
Too many electric dangly donglies.
But anyway, I don't know. We're getting sidetracked
right
here. I'd like to thank you guys for coming back. Hopefully, you guys came back. I know a few people have sent me messages like, "Hey, where'd you go?"
We didn't go anywhere. I've been
kind of around.
I was in Ohio. Oh no, I was in Virginia for 4 weeks, Ohio for 2 weeks, and I'm now in Illinois for 2 weeks. Yeah. And then in 3 weeks, I'll be in Alabama. And then I'm done. And I got no more trainings. I'm a super spy.
With a bionic arm. When's your arm getting cut off? Can I do that? Can I be the guy who chops it off?
Yeah, you can.
Yes. I knew it.
I get to designate one person.
Woohoo! It's pretty cool.
I'm
excited about that. I'll do a nice clean chop. I'll get like a Conan sword and I'll spout Conan lines as I do it.
Sounds good.
It'll be awesome. I have just been hanging out at home being a dad and vacationing with the family. I took a family vacation. I'm about to go on a me and wife vacation on a cruise in the Caribbean. That's gonna be awesome. So, next time we do the show, I'll probably be a little tanner. Maybe I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna do a show next week or not. But anyway,
basically, you're just gonna be getting drunk and having a lot of sex.
That and eating a lot. I'm gonna be much fatter. Yes. Probably 20 pounds fatter. It's cruise, man. I heard they make like 5-star meals, like for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Just go strolling out on the deck.
Dude, all I know is they better have an ice cream bar. If they have an ice cream bar, you may never see me again. That's maybe the end for me. So, yeah, anyway, that's what I've been doing.
Ice cream cone that's like 8 inches tall.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. Dude, now you're talking. That's like porn for me, man. You give me an ice cream bar and just swirl on some sprinkles. Oh, God. I love me some ice cream. I don't know what we're talking about. I don't know, this show. We got some stuff for you guys. We got some news. It's going to be an abbreviated show. I don't know if that means it'll be any shorter. It just means we won't talk about as many things as we normally do. We got some Ninja news. A few things happened this week that we decided was worth talking about. And we got a fun topic for you guys about some summer movies and what we're looking forward to. And then we may or may not end the night with some weekly recommendations. But anyway, we wanted to say hello. We want to let you guys know we're still around. Well, I'm still around. Ryan's, I don't know, he's in the Congo somewhere training.
I'm all over the country right now, so.
And we're still hard at work at bringing you guys the best show ever. Or maybe just the same show, and we'll just say it's the best show ever.
And if you've been asking why has Ryan not been putting stuff on iTunes? Well.
A lot of people. I've been asking that question. I don't know about anybody else.
Big news, everyone. Since I got this MacBook, I found the easiest freaking way to do this stuff. So it's going to be, I have no excuses. So that's basically what I'm saying.
That's good. Well, Ryan,
iTunes to be updated regularly.
Look what I got, Ryan. Good news, Ryan. Thank you for letting the people know. Now I have to let the people know that I used some of my kids' Disney rewards points, and I got myself a new toy. Look at that, everybody.
You haven't even taken it out of the box yet.
No. Remember, I got this one on this. I opened this one last time. I got this one, and so my daughter goes, "Daddy, when are you gonna get Thor?" Because we just got Thor Ragnarok. Spoiler alert. I'm gonna talk about it in our recommendation show part of the show. And she's like, why don't you get the other one? I was like, that's a good idea. So I did. I didn't tell them I used their points.
Did you get it on Amazon, or was it just a...
No, remember the Disney Rewards points? Whenever you buy a Disney movie, you can cash in the points. Gives you like 150 points. Well, I had a whole bunch, and we already had all the movies on there, so I was like, yeah, what do I need? Here we go. All right, unboxing. Look at this. I unboxed it. How do people get like 10,000 views from like unboxing? I mean, that's literally it. Look, everybody, I unboxed it.
I don't know. I honestly, they have like 1 million subscribers, so that's...
So please subscribe 1 million people.
Ooh, he's the bobblehead one.
Oh my God, look at that. The resemblance is uncanny.
I know.
It's like
you
we're
might
twins.
as well be Hemsworth.
I'm like the ghetto Chris Helmsworth. I'm like the cheap version.
What's he holding? Is he holding the gun, or is he holding the...
Yeah, this is the Thor Ragnarok version. So he's got the smaller cape, and he's got a gun instead of a hammer. But he's got this sexy beard.
He doesn't have the hammer.
Some people have said that I'm like the Target version of Thor.
You're like the stepbrother.
I'm like.
You're the bastard child that the dad had.
I'm the Helmsworth maid's child.
With the really ugly lady at the bar, and produced you.
Talk about my mom like that. It's my buddy from work. Woo! If you haven't seen that movie, that is an exact scene from that movie. It's pretty cool.
Big monster.
All right, we're moving on. There you go. That's our big unboxing. That's a first ever on this show.
Ooh.
1 million subscribers. Here we come. Seriously, how the hell do people get 1 million subscribers for unboxing videos? That is what I just did that. I mean, I guess I didn't describe in great detail the clear packaging that was in the box.
Well,
Thor has a Z. Look at that. I don't have that. I should tell you. He definitely has more hair up top than I do. I'll show you guys. But
we'll possibly have some more toys coming for us to review. So maybe we'll do some unboxing / review.
Yeah, we actually may have somebody who is kind of sponsoring the show. More details on that when it actually happens. We'll fill you guys in on that stuff. But for now, whatever. Moving on. All right, so Ninja News. Do you want to do should we do the chops, or we just jump into it?
Let's just jump into it.
In that note, the Ninja News time. It comes with the judo chop of knowledge. The uppercut of information.
And the Cobra Kai leg sweep of knowledge, Brian.
There we go. See, you were ready. You're not as rusty as you said you were.
I got one thing.
One thing. I don't know. Should we lead with the sad? We always lead with the kind of sad news. I'd like to give a shout out to a genius that has passed, Stephen Hawking's. Is it It's Hawkins, right? Not Ings.
Hawkins,
I don't think there's a G on the end. Let me look here. No, it is. I was right. Stephen Hawking's passed away this week at the age of 76. He had ALS, also known as, I believe, Lou Gehrig's disease, right?
Yeah.
He lived like 55 more years than he was supposed to.
Yeah, they gave him 2 years when he was like 19 or 21 or something like that.
Yeah, I think he was 21 and they gave him 2 years, and he died at 76. One of the brightest minds of our time, kind of the father of the way we think about theoretical physics, and generally a pretty pretty smart dude.
Yeah.
He did more.
And very good robot voice maker.
Yeah. I mean, it is honestly, all joking aside, it's pretty amazing the fact that he was able to accomplish what he did. Like, the fact that his disability left his body basically a broken shell, but yet it never hampered his mind. You know, most people would just go crazy being trapped inside their own body, but he found a way to not only, you know, exceed, but to constantly, you know, challenge his own limits and change the way we think about things as a species.
Well, yeah, I mean, as someone who has the disease, I mean, it's inspiring to see someone who, if you can get through that shit, I can get through what I got.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't have any disease that I'm aware of, and I feel like a total loser. I barely can get out of bed. I mean, I've got a couple people right here. I got Ryan and Mr. Hawkins who just like, oh, really? That's all you do? You just show up with your perfect face and your beautiful body, and you just take it totally for granted? I'm pretty sure that's what you're telling me the other day in chat. Dear Brian, you have a body of a small Irish English god. It's weird phrasing. And you just take it for granted every day that your biceps glisten while wet. How do you know my biceps glisten while wet, Ryan?
I have no idea what you're talking about right now.
You.
But
Yes, you do. Don't you lie.
regardless, Stephen Hawking.
Ryan's embarrassed.
Good mind.
Yeah.
And may the force be with you.
Yeah. Well, you know what? He's definitely on the journey. He is part of the cosmos. And may the force be with you, Stephen Hawking. The world is a dimmer place without you. Thank you for your contributions. All right. Moving on to some happier news, I guess. Let's see. I don't know. What do you want to start with? Star Wars, as always. All right, we got some Star Wars news. John Favreau.
Gotta blow your Star Wars water early.
John Favreau Beans and Chianti has been announced that he's going to write and produce a live-action Star Wars series. How do you like that?
So is it going to be... there's no information on anything about it yet, right?
He's going to be... Basically, he's the showrunner, right? So he's going to put together a writing room. I don't know what the series is going to be. I could speculate all day long, but, we don't know.
Yeah. You could go Corridor, you could go...
Yeah, I still think the Game of Thrones guys are going to do the Knights of the Old Republic series. That's still my bet, but...
It's going to have nothing to do with the current expansion.
Probably not.
I don't think it's going to have anything to do with the Skywalker stuff.
Well, there's a lot. I keep hearing rumors they're going to start filling in. Well, it could have something to do with the Skywalkers. There's a lot of talk that they're going to start filling in the gaps between Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens. That's a 30-year period that you could tell a lot of stories.
Yeah, but you can't use Skywalker because
you just got to recast, which I'd be okay with.
But he's too old.
You'd recast the role, so somebody else could play Luke Skywalker, which I'd be totally fine with. Even Mark Hamill himself has said, "Hey, I think it'd be great if somebody took up the mantle of Luke."
They could say, "Well, now that he's the Force, whatever happened to him."
Spoiler alert!
Time, and now old Luke is in the timeline of after Return of the Jedi.
I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't even know what you're talking about at all. So whatever. Moving on. I think it's all the Star Wars news we got. We can talk about some people are mad that another white male is producing a Star Wars thing. I don't really even want to talk about at this point.
No, let's just jump over that hurdle.
I personally think yes, we want lots of diversity in our movies and the people behind the movies. He's already said that he's going to be leading a diverse group of writers. I think talented people. It's good to have talented people making things. I don't think people should stop asking for diversity behind the camera and writing, but I think attacking Disney because they got a really good filmmaker to lead a room is I don't know. I don't think that's what we should be doing personally, but that's just me. All right, moving on from that. Speaking of other things people are pissed off about, Kristen Wiig has been cast as Cheetah in Wonder Woman 2 as the villain.
I don't understand why people are pissed off about that. She's a great actress.
Because people say all she can do is comedy, and that's not her style, and she's going to ruin it, and she's going to make the character slapstick.
How about Steve Carell? Remember how when he was doing The Office, people only typecast him as that, and then he did what was the name of that wrestling movie?
Yeah, the one where he's like a psycho. The one where he was like, yeah.
He was fucking great in that.
Yeah. Honestly, all I can say is this. I cannot believe we're still having these debates about bad casting. Heath Ledger, people. Remember Heath Ledger? When he got cast, the internet literally lit on fire. You could look out your window and see the internet lines on fire because everyone said that Heath Ledger was going to ruin the Joker. And he gave us one of the best performances ever put on film.
Yeah, and he got an Oscar after his death.
One of the few people to get an Oscar in a comic book movie. Might be the only one, actually. I think about it.
This is the only one. Nobody else has ever gotten anything.
I think Kristen Wiig is a great actress. I haven't seen her in too much drama, but in dramas, but she's done a few of them. People talk about them that they're really good movies. I'm just, I think personally, I think if you can do comedy, you can do anything, and I just think she's a great actress.
Yeah, she gets into her roles. She doesn't, when she plays different characters and you feel like they're different characters, that she's not just doing a comedic take on the same person.
It's a cheetah person. I mean, like, at some point...
Yeah, it's a cheetah person who's going to fight Wonder Woman.
Do we need, like, every actor or actress to have, like, a sir, or do they need to be knighted and, like, be in nothing but Shakespearean dramas to be cast in a role? I mean, she's going to be a cheetah person, people. She's going to have, like, cheetah boobs and, like, a cheetah tail.
Yeah, and she's going to have, like, a slight fur all over her body.
She's probably going to be completely CGI'd for the most part. So,
yeah,
who cares? I just think she's a great actress, and I think she's going to be great for the role.
Wait till shit starts coming out from the movie, and then weigh your opinion.
Yeah,
wait until you see the goddamn movie, and then you can have.
Is a naked cheetah woman who runs around and attacks Wonder Woman.
Yes, I wonder. I doubt she'll be naked.
Well, she is in the comics. I mean, it's she has fur and stuff.
Yeah, I'll be like, oh, why is she not wearing clothes?
No, I'm sure that'll be the next thing. I don't even care. I just think Kristen Wiig is going to be. I think she's a great choice. I completely trust all the people behind Wonder Woman. If they think she's going to, if Patty Jenkins thinks that this is the right person for this role, then hey, I'm all on board.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say about that. Something I'm also on board for is Black Panther making all the money.
Yeah.
Have you seen Black Panther yet, Ryan?
No. Like 5 weeks to number one?
The more important question, Ryan, is have you seen Black Panther yet?
I have not seen Black Panther yet.
The more things change on the Geek Dad Report, the more things stay the same. In fact, I think we're going to introduce a new segment, Ryan, where I review things that you haven't seen and make fun of you for not have seen it.
Well, it's going to be a lot because I don't go to movies and theaters.
It's going to be our number one hit segment. It's going to put us on the map. It's going to get us to number 5 from the bottom of the Geek shows.
Well, this is what happens when I'm not good at movie theaters. So
it's all right.
And plus, I've been traveling, asshole.
Whatever. You know who else isn't good at the movie theaters? Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
But guess what? He finally got his wish. So years ago, he wanted to be Superman. He almost made Superman Lives, which was going to be an epically terrible movie. But Warner Brothers has brought him back. He's going to be the voice of Superman in the Teen Titans Go movie.
You know what?
I think that's fantastic.
I think it sounds like a great idea. I bet he does like a total not Nicolas Cage voice, and
I hope he goes full Cage. But
you want him full Cage?
Oh, I want full Cage.
I don't know Superman. I'm trying to like picture Superman.
But it's Teen Titans Go. They deserve full Cage. Yes, full Cage. But speaking of
Nicolas Cage as Superman.
No, I want like Gone in 60 Seconds Nicolas Cage.
Oh, Gone in 60 Seconds, yeah.
I want him waving the hands and
maybe like more like the National Treasure one. I could see that. That would be a good.
No, I want Crazy Cage. I want like the Wicker Man Cage. The bees, not the bees. My face. That'd be great. Speaking of things that are fantastic, Ryan, Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald has released its first official trailer, and it looked really, really good.
You know, I still haven't watched that one, but I do want to see the movie because I did like Fantastic Beasts, even though it felt Harry Potter-ish.
Well, this one definitely feels more Harry Potter-ish. They have Hogwarts in the trailer. We get Jude Law as Dumbledore. We get to see him for the first time.
So, are they going to be back in England, or are they going to be?
So, some of it takes place in England because they go to Hogwarts, but apparently, majority of this is filmed in Paris. So, the idea behind the 5 Harry Potter and prequels is that each one takes place in a different major city.
Oh, okay.
So, but I don't know. It looks cool. It's definitely tying it more and more to the lore of Harry Potter than looks like the first one did. But I don't care. I like Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. I thought it was a fine movie. I'm excited for this, but we'll talk more about that in our little segment where we talk about movies we're excited for. So, all right, moving on. A show I'm starting to get really excited for is the Titans, basically Teen Titans show based on the Teen Titans comic book. is coming to TNT, and they are starting to do a lot of casting, a lot of the stories coming out. Well, it sounds like Jason Todd, the Red Hood, is going to be one of the main villains in the show.
So Jason Todd, he was
the second Robin. Spoiler alert.
He was the second Robin, and how come Batman pissed him off? I can't remember.
So this is all spoilers, but this is old comic books, people, so tough shit. The second Joker was Jason Todd. You know, Tim Drake. Dick Grayson took off and became Nightwing. And so Batman brought in a new Robin, Tim Drake is the third Robin, brought in Jason Todd, the second Robin, and everybody hated him. Nobody liked him. So in the 80s, they actually did like a survey, and that you could write in and say, do you want us to kill Jason Todd or not, right? They thought it'd be something fun. They didn't realize everybody would overwhelmingly say yes, and so they killed him. That is the Death in the Family storyline, where the Joker beats Jason Todd almost to death with a crowbar, and then a bomb blows him up and his mother. It is very violent. It is very sadistic. Well, then later you find out that Ra's al Ghul took him and stuck him in a Lazarus pit. And so, the Lazarus pit corrupted his mind. Plus, on top of it, he was angry at Batman because he didn't save him from the Joker, and he didn't punish the Joker for killing him. So that was the big thing, right? Is that he blamed Batman for everything and blamed him for not punishing, not killing the Joker, going over that line, and became the Red Hood. And then he eventually kind of became a good guy, and now he's kind of like a Batman Punisher that runs around with guns and shoots people, but I don't know. He's kind of good and bad at the same time.
I kind of want a Teen Titans Go live action. That'd be great if they did that.
Yeah, I'm excited for the cartoon movie. I think it'll be good. But we're going to talk about that in our next segment, so let's not talk too much about that. Yeah. Next James Bond movie is going to be directed by Danny Boyle. He's confirmed he's writing and directing it. So the guy who did 28 Days Later, Slumdog Millionaire, and a lot of other really good movies is doing that. So should be good.
Is Daniel Craig still the Bond?
They backed up the
20 movies or something,
yeah,
right?
well, they backed him up. They gave him like $8 billion, and so he said, I'll do it. He said, I'm not going to do it, and they said, we'll give you all the money in the world, and he said, I'll do it. Good for him. Sad news, Toys R Us is officially closing all of its stores. I feel like I want to sing that song real sad. I want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. A million different things and blah, 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 blah. All right.
We got video games and millions of toys.
I just remember you could go and get the Toys R Us gum. Remember that? It was like the rainbow gum. So good. And they had the giraffe.
Like the quarter ones?
No, they used to sell it was Toys R Us. It was like special juicy fruit or whatever. It was like a rainbow gum. You could only get at Toys R Us.
I just remember, anytime I got $20 when I was a kid, Mom, go Toys R Us. Moms, go Toys R Us. Moms, go Toys R Us.
Sadly, I knew Toys R Us was doomed. I went there a few years ago, and you go there, and the place is just, it smells like pee. All the shelves are just unorganized. It just wasn't an experience anymore.
If your kid ever plays the Skylander games, Toys R Us, you can clean up on Skylanders figures. Because they're for some reason, they have 6 million of them, and they're buy one, get 5 free.
Oh, nice. So there you go. Well, everything's closing, so if you got a Toys R Us near you, you might want to go check it out and see what kind of deals you can get, because everything must go. Apparently, speaking of things that must go, apparently a lot of fans are saying that Deadpool must go. They saw the screener, and they are not happy. A lot of angry people saying the Deadpool 2 it's garbage.
I think there's a lot of people that have unusually high expectations.
Well, okay, let's be real. The expectations for this are going to be ridiculous. I mean, it's Deadpool. Deadpool was amazing. It was one of the surprise hits ever.
The first one, the bar was almost on the ground. That's how low the expectations were.
Yeah, well, so what I'm talking about is a report came out that said that the first screening was disastrous, that they have massive reshoots planned, which sounds a little fishy because they haven't changed the release date, and it's coming out in May. It is way too close to going to do massive reshoots. It just is. Yeah. If we hear all of a sudden that they are pushing it back, maybe there's some truth to this thing. But a second article came out basically saying that no, the problem is there were some people that were very unhappy with the direction of the movie, not the movie itself. Like, this in the movie is still Deadpool. I don't want to give in too much spoilers, but this is kind of a spoiler. You can put two and two together. I won't say what, but apparently one of the big criticisms of the movie is that one of the main characters from the last movie dies very early in this movie, and kind of unceremoniously, right? So a lot of people weren't very happy that they went in the direction they did. They said a lot of people feel that this movie doesn't feel like an actual successor, the spiritual successor to the first one. That they took all the craziness and just didn't keep any of the heart of the movie, is what I'm kind of hearing with this. But hey, you know what? Tim Miller, say what you want to. We're all going to go see it, but firing Tim Miller from this, it may be a bigger deal than people let on. I mean, Tim Miller and Ryan Reynolds worked very hard together to make that movie. And I think a lot of people just said, oh, well, I know we did. Ryan Reynolds is attached to it. It'll still be great. You know what? Mm-hmm. Tim Miller, he might have brought more to that movie than we give him credit for.
Yeah, I mean, even though he wanted the big budget. He wanted, $200 million, go absolutely fucking crazy, and just go nuts. But they didn't want to go in that direction. They wanted to keep it low, and partly because they had to pay Ryan Reynolds even more money this time around.
And you've got Josh Brolin in it, and you've got a bigger cast, and you've got a lot more going on. So it's not inconceivable that we are moving into a territory where you have to grow the movie. And honestly, Deadpool is a crazy character, so it's not inconceivable that you say, you know what, the first one was great, but we got to do something totally different with this one. And how do you follow the first one? I don't know if it's a bad idea to completely just make the second one its own thing, right?
Yeah, I just got to say that the marketing team is still right on with what they're doing, especially when they had Deadpool was painting the portrait of Cable, and
from the Goonies
with his arms folded from Goonies.
Yeah, no, that was pretty good, and I'm excited for it, man. I'm whatever. I don't care if it's bad. It's bad. I don't whatever. A couple quick other bit of news we got. Warner Brothers has greenlit a New Gods movie. So if you guys aren't familiar with the New Gods, basically it's Apocalypse and Orion. It's a lot of Kirby stuff from like the 60s, I think. So it's kind of like...
Yeah, I think it's the Silver Age.
Oh yeah, it's out there, man. It's way back. And I don't know, it looks crazy. They got Ava DuVernay. I think I said her name wrong, but she's the lady who directed A Wrinkle in Time. She's going to be directing this movie for him. You know what? Whatever. I don't care. The more comic book movies, the better. I still think that Warner Brothers has no idea at all what they're doing with their universe, so whatever. But I'll go see the movie, so...
Yeah, just keep throwing shit out there. They got the money. They don't care. They'll just keep throwing stuff out there, and when something sticks...
Am I excited for this? I'm still kind of pissed at what they did with Justice League, but whatever. I'll still go see it. I don't care. I'm in the bag for all this crap. I mean... let's see. Oh yeah, we were talking about Black Panther, and then we got derailed. The movie that Ryan hasn't seen yet, I'd like to point that out once again, has crossed $1 billion worldwide, and like Ryan was talking about before I interrupted him, it is looking to be only the second movie, or this was it, not the second movie, the first movie since Titanic to lead the box office for 5 weekends in a row. Mm-hmm. The only competition it has is Tomb Raider, which I've heard is.
There hasn't really been any strong competition.
Well, I think that's part of it. Black Panther's a really good movie, but it just hasn't had anything, like you said, to compete against. Tomb Raider is the first kind of box office-y type movie that, with any name recognition, that's coming up against it. I've heard mixed reviews about it. It might dethrone Black Panther. I'm gonna say it will. 5 weeks is a long time to be number one.
The main demographic for Black Panther are the type that will see him multiple times. So
yeah, that's true. I don't know, but let's see what else we got. Well, I think that's about it. We got a couple things to talk about. One is a new trailer that we'll talk about in just a second. But one trailer I do want to talk about real fast is well, you know what? We wanted to talk about. We thought a fun little segment tonight would be, since we've been gone for a while and there's a lot of movies. Me and Ryan were chit-chatting earlier about all the movies coming out. this month and next month and the month after that. That we figured we'd spend a few minutes and just talk about some of the movies we're excited about this summer and what we kind of intend on seeing. And Ryan already mentioned that he doesn't go to a lot of movies, so we'll try and weasel out of him the movies he's planning on going to see, so we can hold his feet to the fire and make him do reviews on this show. But kind of kicking it off, I don't even know if it's coming out this year, so maybe this is a terrible segue, but a trailer dropped for Christopher Robin, a movie that Disney's doing. I believe it's coming out this year, maybe later this year. A movie they're doing that when I first heard of, I thought, yeah, whatever. And then I watched the trailer, and I almost was in tears, and I immediately thought to myself, I have to go see this movie.
Oh, brother.
Basically, it is a live retelling. It's basically about Pooh, Winnie the Pooh, and if Christopher Robin's, and he left the 1,000-acre, woods, and now he's a grown-up dealing with, grown-up shit like me and Ryan do. And he doesn't know what he's going to do. And in his lowest moment, his childhood friend of Pooh comes back at the end of this trailer. And I dare you not to get all teary-eyed.
Dude, and Winnie the Pooh looked pretty rad, I'll say that.
I like how they kept him as a stuffed bear. I really like that choice.
I think that's a good way of doing it, because that's essentially what he was.
Yeah.
He wasn't, the Winnie the Pooh that everyone sees. It was Christopher Robin, stuffed bear.
It was his imaginary friend growing up, right? And now he's back to help him. And I think this is a movie that I think we're going to relate to this more than the kids do, because you get to a certain point in your life, it's not that you need an imaginary friend, right? But you get to a point in your life where you just feel like you need somebody there, right, to help you, because life sucks sometimes and it's stressful. And, you don't worry about things like, who am I going to go hang out with today? You worry about things like, oh, I got to make sure my boss stays happy, so I keep a roof over my kids' heads, ungrateful heads. And, it's just...
That's stressful.
I just wish that I had a Pooh in my life to come talk to me and make me feel better about myself.
We all could use a little Pooh in our life.
Or a big Pooh if you've eaten a big meal. So anyway, I'm excited for that. Another trailer that came out, the final trailer for Ready Player One, a book that Ryan trashed on this show, basically calling the author a no-talent hack who used nostalgia as the jam on his peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
I will say that the book is if you are into 80s nostalgia, like a circle jerk of 80s nostalgia, that book will very much suit you.
Wait a minute, circle jerks? 80s nostalgia? Woo! Count me in.
That you can tell from a million miles away, and I don't understand the reasoning for how the romance ends up, but apparently that's what the writer went with. But
my name's Ryan, and I like to shit all over books that I don't like.
It's not terrible. It's just predictable.
Shut up, Ryan. Look, Ryan, from now on, this is going to be you on the show, and this is going to be me. Look at the striking resemblance. This looks just like you, minus the muscles
like me.
And the helmet. This looks just like me, minus the muscles.
Yeah.
And the gun.
I'll be Hulk. That I'll smash you and I'll win.
No, you clearly have not watched that movie yet. That's not what happens at all.
One.
You're going to be like Banner when he jumps out of the plane and goes face first into the Rainbow Bridge.
Why am I wearing Tony Stark's clothes?
God, I love that movie. It's such a great movie. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, you were talking shit about the book. I don't care. Whatever. Anybody who's read the book like Ryan, who's a big whiner about it, just remember. Remember.
Shit in my mouth. So shut the fuck up. I'm just trying to say the final actually
book made Ryan angry.
One that actually fills in like some of the actual storyline, and they do a lot better job on this trailer of showing. At least, showing what you're going to be getting. So
I know what we're going to be getting. Awesomeness. It's Steven Spielberg. All right, anybody like Ryan is just whining uncontrollably on their own podcast. Just remember, the Jaws book, Jurassic Park, both those books were not nearly as good as the movies that Steven Spielberg made of them. So, especially Jaws. The book is terrible in Jaws. The movie's way better.
I forgot there was a Jaws book.
Yeah, it's not good. And then he wrote a sequel about a giant squid, equally bad. But anyway, long story short, Have faith, man. It's Spielberg. I think this looks like classic Spielberg. This is right in his wheelhouse, and I'm really excited to go see Ready Player One. The last trailer I didn't watch just because I know I'm going to see this movie in a couple weeks. I've already promised my oldest daughter that I would take her, which makes me really excited because she gets a lot of the references. She's like, references. She saw the DeLorean, and she's like, oh, that's that car from the movie when they go back in time. I'm like, you got it, I guess. You don't know exactly what it is. But she knows who the Iron Giant is. She gets a lot, I'm excited. Very excited for that movie.
I want to see how much they were able to get because the book has like everything, like literally like almost.
So apparently they had. I was reading an article today. There's a handful they weren't able to get. They didn't get any Star Wars rights. Obviously, Disney said nope. You're not touching them.
Yeah, I don't think they had a lot of Star Wars in the book.
And there was some Warner Brothers properties they weren't able to get, but they did get. I want to say they got a lot of Universal. Apparently played really nice with them. That's nice.
Yeah, I'm sure the licensing to use the images for so many things was probably astronomical for this movie.
Well, enjoy it because we haven't had something this much of a crossover since Roger Rabbit, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and we all swore that would never happen again, and it looks like it's going to kind of happen again. Oh, I got to move it. Hang on, stop. I'm moving. I got to move our Facebook page because it's showing the other trailer that dropped, I believe, this morning. What was it? I forget the name of the movie. It's a movie that's coming out like soon that I kind of want to see, but
There's a bunch of people in it. They fight stuff.
There's a big purple guy.
Yeah.
All right, we sound stupid trying to pretend like we don't know what it is.
I don't think anyone's gonna see it. So
the final event. Well, I don't know if it's the final, but the second Avengers Infinity War trailer dropped, and I just watched a few pieces of it because. The first trailer was enough. You could say Avengers is coming out and I'll just be there, right? So I don't need to watch any trailers. But oh my god, I'm excited for Infinity War. I can ask you, is this the most excited you are for a movie this year, or is there something else?
You get to see Chris Pratt talking to Tony Stark. Star-Lord, sorry, not Chris Pratt. You see Star-Lord talking to Tony Stark, just talking shit with him. There's a lot of Spider-Man in the clips.
Well, so it looks like from the things that I did see in the trailer, it looks a lot like the stuff that they showed in the Comic-Con scissor reel. I saw you get to see Thanos grabbing the moon and chucking it at the Avengers again, which is the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be cool to reach back and...
No, that would not be cool. Millions of people would die, Ryan, you sadistic son of a bitch. That's a terrible idea.
Hey.
The worst.
I'll be Supreme Ruler.
All I know is this movie's going to be epic on all fronts. Is there anything we need to say about this? It's directed by the Russos. It's got literally everybody. It looks amazing already. And
I just want to find out, I want to see, the long shot of how many different characters they're going to fit into it.
Well, the whole thing is shot in IMAX cameras, so definitely see this in IMAX. It's going to be an epic event. They did a little bit of news that did come out with this, is that the Russos are saying that 3 and 4 truly are separate movies. They're not sequel. They're not like a part 1 and part 2. They really are different movies. Also, they're saying that the fourth, we've said it for a while, but they're confirming it. There's going to be major deaths in these movies, and they're going to be like not just they died and look they just came back. They're going to they're going to have ramifications and people are going to stay dead. And on top of that apparently Avengers 4 is going to end the MCU the way we know it. It's going to end the way we see it.
This is their way of doing a reset
without resetting it. Yeah.
To get rid of all the old contracts.
This is their way of stop paying Tony Stark $500 million a movie.
Yeah, I mean that's basically what they're going to be doing. They're going to be doing the
Robert Downey is going to actually be able to build his own Iron Man suit with the proceeds from these movies pretty soon.
Yeah, it's I don't know how it's going to be, but I'll look forward to seeing it on DVD.
You are not going to go see this movie. Are you kidding me?
I'm going to try, but I have to find rides and stuff. I guess I can take a $60 Uber to the movie theater and then get my ticket and stuff.
Okay, so we're going to put this on the list of movies Ryan probably won't see in the theater. So look forward to our Avengers review that Ryan doesn't know anything that's going on.
It'll be Ryan Avenger review. I'll try my best, but it's hard for me to get the movies when I can't fucking drive.
It's asshole. Avengers. Call Odin's son. He'll come pick you up and take you there. I will send you money for an Uber. I will fandangle you some cash. God. I swear to God. One-time offer. All right, next movie up that I'm really excited for. Since we didn't practice this, how about I say a movie that I'm excited for, and then let's just pretend I'm going to all of them, and let's pretend you're not going to go to any of them. So I'm going to say a movie that I'm really excited for, and then you can say one you're excited for, Ryan. So I'm going to say the next movie I'm really excited for is Solo, which comes out here in May.
I'm probably not going to see Solo. No, what I'm talking about, my son has been talking about wanting to see it, so that means that it'll be a lot easier for me to go see a movie. Because then I'll just convince my wife that my son has to go see it, or else it's going to end the world.
So, everybody, if you like our show, don't try and send us, don't subscribe to a Patreon, don't send us money, don't recommend us. Just set up an Uber account and send Ryan 35 cents every time you watch an episode. And then maybe once a year, you guys will help him be able to take an Uber to go see a movie to make this show better.
I'm going to say Star Wars movies are a lot easier for me to go see because I'll have someone that goes with me.
All right, we're going to put Solo in the maybe column for Ryan.
He has zero interest in superhero movies. I don't know why. I've been trying to get him to watch them. He just doesn't care.
We're going to put a maybe in the Solo category. Yeah, you know what? A lot of people aren't as excited for this movie as other Star Wars movies. I mean, don't get me wrong. I have not reached the peak level of excitement that I did for The Last Jedi, but it says Star Wars in it, so I'm freaking going. I think it'll be fine. Okay, Ryan, so now we play this game where you say a movie, if you know a movie that's coming out this century that you would like to possibly see in a theater with or without your children, what would that movie be?
The movie that I would possibly see in the theater?
Yes. Or want to see. What's a movie you're excited about this year?
The one that I'm excited about? Let's see. I'm excited for... Oh, man, it's not coming out this year. It's coming out next year. The next Star Wars movie. I know that.
We're not talking... Episode... Really? Listen, we have... You could say Deadpool 2. You could say Predator.
I would say Deadpool 2, but I'm trying to think of what's going to be very likely for me to go to the theater and see it. You could say
The Incredibles 2.
Okay, so that I know we'll go see as a family. So
you could say Jurassic World 2.
No, I'm going to wait until DVD for that one.
Oh my God. I'm not. I'm totally going to go see it. It's got dinosaurs. Your kid loves dinosaurs. How are you not going to go see Jurassic World 2?
My kid has not even seen... He hasn't seen Jurassic Park. Because we started watching it and the raptor was eating the guy in the very beginning and he couldn't watch it after that.
All right, moving on. So we were talking about The Incredibles 2. I'm really excited for this. Incredibles 1 was one of the best superhero movies ever made. And the fact that it happened to be animated and by Pixar was irrelevant. Mm-hmm. I think the sequel is going to be great. I like how they're kind of doing a gender role swap where Mr. Fantastic now is taking care of the family and Mrs. Elastigirl is the big hero in this one.
And he's trying to make it work for her. And
I mean, who are we kidding? They're all going to team up at the end and defeat the villain. But I don't care. I'm excited to see that. Another Disney kind of superhero-ish sequel that's coming out is Wreck-It Ralph 2. Ralph Breaks the Internet. Is your family a big Wreck-It Ralph fan?
Oh yeah, we're gonna see. We'll probably go out and see that one in the theater.
Yeah, we'll definitely check it out. I think Wreck-It Ralph is one of the more underrated movies that Disney made. Because that was one of their first big Disney cartoon animated movies after the merger with Pixar, and I really like it. Another Disney movie that I'm actually
you had Bowser and all those guys in the anger management group.
Yeah, well, they said they're going to have even more characters in this, so I'm kind of anxious to see which ones they get. Hopefully Nintendo kicks in a few, because Nintendo is notoriously stingy with their characters, but we'll see. Another Disney movie that I'm actually really excited for, and I'm not really sure why, but Mary Poppins, The Return of Mary Poppins, the sequel, is coming out later this year with Lin-Manuel Hamilton as the as the chimney sweep.
Well, Hamilton.
And Emily Blunt is playing the title character of Mary Poppins. But I'm not huge into musicals, but Mary Poppins growing up for me was that was a special movie, and I really enjoyed that as a kid.
Yeah, I'm wondering how well they're going to be able to compare. I mean, the original is almost uncomparable. I mean, like you said, her vocal range in that movie is just amazing. So,
well, I'm excited. I think it's smart putting so much time between this one and the original that this one can really be its own thing. It could be more in the spirit of Mary Poppins versus a true sequel.
So this is a completely original story, right? It's not because she didn't write.
I don't know if it's an original story. So the lady who wrote Mary Poppins wrote a lot of books about Mary Poppins. Disney just only got the rights to the one movie because she hated it. So.
That's right.
I don't know if this is based on any book
about making the movie of Mary Poppins.
Yeah, that's actually a really good movie too with Tom Hanks. So this story apparently is the children in the first movie are now the adults in this movie, and Mary Poppins shows up to help them with their children. So it is a true sequel. What?
Even though she helped them get their shit together as kids, and then they will fall apart when they're adults.
I kind of hope that this one's set with cell phones and stuff, so Mary Poppins shows up and she's like, a spoonful of sugar, and they're like, shut up, I'm playing Angry Birds, right? And so she has to get real medieval on their asses. It'd be great. I don't know, we'll see. But I'm excited for that one. It comes out later this year. Let's see, what else we got quickly. Venom. I'm kind of excited for Venom, but I want to see a trailer that actually makes it look like Venom.
Yeah, that's a low expectation movie, John.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see, Rampage, another movie that's low expectation, but after just seeing Jumanji recently,
so it's guaranteed to make $500 million.
Well, and honestly, after taking the family to Jumanji, we had so much fun in the theater. We are all really excited for Jumanji 2, Rampage.
Yeah, I think, and Jumanji made a shitload of money too.
Oh yeah, dude, Jumanji was huge. It made more money than Justice League.
Yeah.
Let's see what else. Is there any non-superheroes? I'm looking at my list that I got here. Creed 2, I'm looking forward to that. I really enjoyed the first Creed. And this one's got Ivan Drago's son.
Oh, Ivan Drago that's 2. Right. I wonder if you're going to say anything like that.
I hope he calls his son Ivan Drago Jr.
Is it going to be in the movie? Is it going to be, or is it just his son?
It's his son. So Ivan will be the trainer.
What's his name? The actual guy. I can't remember.
Yeah, it's got Drago, the guy who played him. What's his name?
Yeah.
What's his butt?
Just him and Rocky staring at each other.
Yeah, hopefully they fight. You know what movie I'm actually kind of excited for that I haven't even seen a trailer yet, but it's just the idea makes me happy, is The Meg. It's about a megalodon. It's about a giant, 100-foot shark versus Jason Statham. It sounds...
Wait, what?
There's a movie that's coming out this year. Jason Statham has to defeat an old, prehistoric megalodon shark, one of those 100-foot great whites.
Okay.
And Jason Statham is going to roundhouse kick it in the face.
Okay. I guess I could see that happening.
I'm going to put you as definitely going to see that in the theater column. I know you're going. How about, okay, well, since you've only got one movie that you may or may not go see in the theaters this year, how about Mission Impossible 17, Fallout? Does that do anything for you? It's got Superman in it.
Mission Impossible, probably not. I'll go. There's a lot higher chance of me seeing a Star Wars movie or a family movie. Listen, those are my best options.
This is the movie that ruined Justice League because it has the mustache, the Superman mustache. You have to see it. I'm going to say that it's better than Justice League.
Yeah.
All right, Predator. What do you think about Predator? What do you think about the Predator sequel, the Shane Black Predator?
No, who goes and sees Predator, really? Are you going to go see Predator?
Yes, I'm going to go see Predator. Me and the wife, we love Predator. We're going to go. That's going to be a date night movie. We're going to go one of those 21 and older theaters and get some beers, some shots, and a pizza, and then we're going to watch Predator. We're going to watch dude gets his face ripped off. It's going to be awesome.
My wife will not see Predator with me.
How about Aquaman? Does your wife at least like Jason Momoa's abs?
She does not. At least that I know of.
Okay, so is this like you're projecting where you're like, my wife doesn't like abs?
She likes my abs.
You don't have abs, Ryan. I've seen your abs. You have an ab.
I have.
That's slightly squishy.
I have some. You can see there's like more than one.
Listen, Ryan, we both have dad bods.
At least two.
I've been told by one lady that I have the pinnacle dad bod. I guess that's good.
Oh.
Hey, you know what? I'll take that. I'll take the best dad bod in Washington.
We only got to please one person, so
it's true, me.
Yes.
All right, and then finally, Ant-Man and the Wasp. I'm excited for that. You probably know what that movie is. It's not about ants and bees.
I loved Ant-Man. Ant-Man was great.
You probably won't see it in the theaters, though. Wasn't that great? Actually, there's another movie. X-Men Dark Phoenix. I will not see that in the theaters. I'm going to call that right now.
Yeah. That one is wait for the red box.
Oh, actually, there is another one I'm really excited. I'm taking the kids to go see. We're going to go next weekend. Pacific Rim Uprising. Love the first movie.
Yeah, my son's, he saw the clip for the Pacific Rim 2.
Yeah.
And he was like, Dad, that was awesome. I'm like, yeah, big giant robots punching big giant monsters. You know, I don't think you can really complicate that.
So, are you going to go to this? That's the question. I need a bell. Ding!
I'm going to put this into I will try my best column.
Okay, so try your best column. We have
everything except for Wreck-It Ralph 2 will go to the theater.
And
Solo, I'll go to the theater.
And Solo's a maybe. So of all the movies that we mentioned, all the great movies coming out, you have 3 maybes.
No, 3.
And Avengers, you even said you're probably not going to go see the Avengers. Hi.
I haven't seen a superhero movie in the theater since I was working for Watch Play Read and I was getting free movie screenings.
We got a new segment. I've just thought of this. It's going to be called Brian Ruins the Movies for Ryan.
Oh, well, there's this great thing where I just turn off my hearing aids and I don't know nothing.
You're going to be in the review with me, but I'm going to tell you we're reviewing something else, but I'm actually going to be reviewing the movie that we were supposed to both see that you didn't see.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to move us up, Ryan. This is going to get us in the top 10.
It's going to be you just ruining everything for me?
It's going to be amazing. Yeah, you're going to love it.
Okay,
new segment coming soon. We're working hard. All right.
We'll do this for one movie, and we'll see how it goes.
Avengers.
I'll let you completely ruin one whole movie for me.
Then you better go see Avengers. I'll give you a pass on a lot of these, but Avengers is Avengers, and you better damn see it. Anyway, all right. So, you figure out how you're going to go see Avengers. All right. I'm sure there's plenty of movies that we missed. I hope we nailed all the big ones. We'd love to hear from you guys. What movies are you guys really excited about this year? Maybe, like Ryan, what movies are you going to apparently not see in theaters? And what are you going to go see, like me? I'm going to try and see everything, so hopefully you guys get a lot of reviews from me this year. But Ryan, you can just watch him look dumbfounded when I tell him all the things that happen. All right, well, you got anything else? You want to give a couple quick recommendations and get out of here?
Right. It's just hard.
Yeah.
It's hard.
I don't know what you're talking about, but sure, whatever. Nobody wants to hear you whine. All right, recommendations. I sprung on Ryan. I don't think he's got one, so I've got 2 real quick ones.
I got a recommendation.
Ryan has no recommendations. I have 2 recommendations. All right, what do you want? What do you got?
Okay, so I don't have the book with me, but I just
another book.
Reading it. What's that?
Another book review. Here we go.
Dude, I read a lot of books. I'm sorry, I'm educated, and I like to.
Books are stupid.
My name's Brian. I just gotta watch movies all the time, and I don't do anything else.
You will call me Odin's son from now on?
So, I read a sci-fi classic by Isaac Asimov called The Caves of Steel. It was the first book in the
I saw
iRobot.
A porno like that.
And what's that?
I saw a porno called that.
Yeah. So it's basically about it's the first book about a human and a robot, positronic robot, and the first time they're actually using a artificial intelligence robot in a book. So it was really good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's a quick read because it's not a huge one, because they basically just took all the compilations of the short stories that he did for that were published in the sci-fi magazines in the 50s and 60s, and they made it into a book. So it was really good. If you're not a bumbling idiot, then you will have a great time reading it. It's classic science fiction, and it's really awesome.
Pew,
So,
pew, 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 pew.
you have any recommendations for this week?
Oh, sorry, I was sleeping over there. I don't know what I missed.
Oh.
I got two recommendations. They're both better than reading a book. One is watching Thor Ragnarok, the one of my favorite Marvel movies. It came out a while ago. You should have seen it. I recommended it on the show. Ryan didn't watch it. Bootlegged my account and finally saw it.
I watched it yesterday.
And it's amazing.
No, 2 days ago.
We'd give a review,
Hey,
but...
I will let you know, Jeff responded on the thing, who is a very good movie watcher. He just saw the movie for the first time the same day as me.
His wife just had a baby. He had an excuse.
No,
Moving on. Second movie you should watch is Coco. Don't let this movie fool you. Like, it kind of looks like, oh, maybe this movie's not for me, right? I kind of thought that when I saw the trailer. I'm like, it doesn't really interest me. This is probably, it may be Pixar's best movie. I'm not even going to lie. It is an amazing, and I dropped it so I can't do my fling thing here. It is a beautiful, vibrant movie about family and loss and one's place in the world. I dare you to not be in tears at the end of this movie. Of course you will. It's a Pixar movie, but I absolutely loved Coco. It's by far one of my favorite movies.
Guaranteed to cry, possibly.
Me and my wife look at each other. We're both like, it's just both tears just streaming down our faces. It is such an incredibly good. There's so many movies and there's so many movies that just aren't either good or make you feel anything anymore. And there's so much going on in the world that makes you feel unhappy. I am happy that Pixar can still put something out that makes you feel something, right? Makes you feel part of something and makes you feel more than what you are, right? It makes you feel connected to your family. It makes you understand those connections that you do have. And I know it's just a movie, but it's an incredible movie. Hands off to Pixar. I'm glad it deserved an Oscar. It won an Oscar. And I can't rave enough about Coco. I think it's a fantastically just epic movie. So,
and it makes you get the feels.
What?
I said, and it makes you get the feels.
That, or I've just gotten old and like I cry about everything nowadays. I'm not sure what happened. Like you're just like, oh.
I don't know. I kind of get that. Like whenever it's something related to children, that just it touches a whole new part of me.
Well, when I saw Inside Out with my kids, my daughter looked up and goes, "Dad, why are you and Mom kind of tearing? Why are you guys crying?" Because if you guys seen Inside Out, kind of the same thing. It's more of you understand it more as an adult, right? Because you've grown up and you've seen that and you understand what that means. Kids, they haven't gone through that yet, so they don't quite understand what that movie's about. Coco's the same way. My daughter's looking up and they're like, "Oh, why are you guys crying?" And we're just like, "You don't understand yet. It's about connecting to your family."
When you're older, you'll get it.
When you're close to death, you'll understand. But no, it is honestly. I know I raved a lot, maybe threw out a lot of big words, but it's a beautiful movie. I'd highly recommend Coco. It's a great show. Anyway, there you go. And you know what? We didn't do a lot of the other stuff, and we still managed to go an hour. So we had a lot to talk about. It's been a while since we talked to you guys. Hopefully, you enjoyed this as much as we did. Getting the band back together. And for an hour or so, playing with my toys,
giving me shit for not watching movies.
Now we're gonna go do a couple reviews. We're gonna get some bonus material, and then I'm gonna get drunk and play video games. So hey,
That's fun.
All right, Ryan, you got anything else you'd like to add before we get the hell out of here?
I want to say congratulations to my grandpa Bob, who's been in the hospital for 2 weeks, and he just got home today.
Yay! Good job, Grandpa Bob.
Good job, Grandpa.
Stay strong.
He was like this close to not being around anymore, and he fought back for 2 weeks in the hospital. So
good job. Nice work.
Good job, Grandpa.
All right. Nobody I know almost died and had a good story to tell. So
yeah,
my kids continue to be assholes all the time.
Yes, I think that's just a given. So
Hey, I'm going on a cruise. Woo! I'll be in a Speedo. I'll post full pictures on Geek Dad Report.
Yeah, we're gonna get. Do you got a Speedo, or do you do like the box?
Well, it's kind of a cheat, right? So I have I have a bunch of swim trunks, but they're all made by Speedo. So I tell everybody I'm going to be wearing my Speedos. So it's actually true. It's just not with I don't have my twig and berries hanging out.
Yeah, that's good.
Sorry. All right. Well, anyway, everybody, thank you for joining us. Until next time, hopefully it'll be sooner than later. But hey, who knows? Thanks for sticking with us. We'll see you guys on the flip side.
Stay nerdy, everyone.
Stay awesome. Hey, join us in the after show. Party time, after party, reviews. Anyway, whatever.
Yes.
Go watch a movie. Give Ryan some money for Uber.
Don't go to a movie theater.
Don't listen to
Wait
Ryan. He's
until
crazy.
it comes out on the red box.
Get a goddamn Uber account, Ryan. Later.